Howdy, howdy. It's getting late in the evening for me, but I've got a little bit of time, maybe about an hour. Hopefully no more than an hour. Um where I figured might as well finish what we started and do some battle bingo. Okay, we need to construct a plan for how to go about this. So last time we used this Hariyama and this lantern and this Gale. And I pretty much just caught all of them out of necessity, just for scouting what this board was even about. And we got really close to beating it. We just failed to deal with this Exploud in the bottom. And I'm not really sure how we're going to deal with the Exploud. It's using Hyper Voice. It's pretty fast. Not sure what we can do to beat it. The Hariyama did not work, because Hariyama has Rock Slide. I think the only surefire ways I saw to beat it was... Well, one, we could just catch it in a Master Ball, and then use it. Which might be good, because it might be just powerful and good to use. Alternatively... We could catch this Golem, which had a rock move. We will resist the Hyper Voices and probably do good damage with whatever the rock move is. So that's an option. And having this Golem might be a good thing anyways, just because we need something that can beat these electric types. There's an Electrode up here and a Raichu over here that use Thunderbolt. The way how I beat them before was I had this Lantern right here, which had Volt Absorb. Totally walled them. This Lantern actually served us very well. But if I catch this Golem, then I'm totally immune to them as well, so that's another big win. Let's see, we cannot use Scyther to beat this Hariyama because he's got Rock Slide. He'll just completely murder us. This was a Charizard. Charizard had Flamethrower, pretty fast. So it seems like that could be good. We could beat it with Golem. This Grass type was a Ludicolo, but I think it had a Water move. We could probably beat it with Scyther. I'm pretty sure this one right here was the +2 EP, this was the plus Master Ball, this was +1. This water here was Gyarados with Flamethrower, so Golem could beat it too. This Golem is seeming like would actually be really good, which is funny because this Hariyama I was like iffy on, but it ended up being useful for certain things. Not because we have a bunch of things weak to rock, but... Like, in fact, the Hariyama would be good against the Glalie. Because he has thick fat, I think. I don't think Golem would be good for Glalie because it had Ice Beam. Another thing, this ground type was Quagsire with Earthquake. Scyther completely walls that and can win. But we could also catch it and use it. Earthquake is powerful. It could beat these electric types. It could maybe even beat the Exploud. Could maybe even beat the Kecleon here. That's another thing. The Golem could totally just beat this Kecleon. Yeah, I mean, this Golem takes out, like, so many things. Not the Ludicolo, but it takes out this whole bottom half of the board, minus Ludicolo. It takes out this Electrode. That might be it. But still. I'm trying to think of a solution for this Hariyama. Maybe we honestly catch the Hariyama to use to beat the Glalie. I'm not sure what else we would use it for. We could use it to beat the Charizard. What could we use to beat the Lantern? Because Lantern was really good against a bunch of stuff. I'm trying to remember what this top left grass was. I just honestly cannot recall. Oh, it was Vileplume with Petal Dance. That could probably beat the Lantern. And the Quagsire. But if we want to use Vileplume to beat these guys, then we gotta start here. Maybe we start here, and then go here, 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 catch Hariyama, and then start heading down, catch Golem, and then just like clear out everything from there. That seems like a plan. Okay, Isaac, here's the problem with this bingo board is the and we did learn this in the last stream, but it's a very deceiving board. So these types are not really aligned with like the moves that they use. So I'm gonna run you through what we got here. We got Petal Dance Vileplume here, Earthquake Quagsire here, Ice Beam Glalie here, Thunderbolt Electrode here. That all sounds legit so far. Then we have Surfing Lantern with Volt Absorb here. We have Master Ball. We have +2 EP. We have a Rock Slide Hariyama here. So this Hariyama can actually not be used to fight these normal types. These normal types beat it, actually, which is funny. This normal type is a Strength Kecleon. The fact that it like copies the type of the move that's used on it makes it pretty hard to beat with most things. This is a Flamethrower Gyarados, so that's funny. Here's a Surf Ludicolo, a Flamethrower Charizard, and then a Thunderbolt Raichu, Hyper Voice Exploud, some Rock move Golem, I'm assuming Rock Slide, and then a plus 1 EP. So, kind of what I'm thinking is pick up this Vileplume, use it to... I could beat the Quagsire or the Lantern, and then like start heading this way, catch this Hariyama. This Hariyama can be used to fight this Glalie and or Charizard. I can head down, defeat this Ludicolo with Scyther, catch the Golem. Golem can be used to beat like the whole bottom half of the board. It can beat this Flamethrower Gyarados, it can beat the Strength Kecleon, beat the Hyper Voice Exploud, beat the Thunderbolt Raichu. I think it would be pretty solid overall. Although you're saying like, oh, we could do ice and ground. Like we could catch this Glalie and catch this Quagsire and just like see what we can accomplish. Yes, exactly. Glalie could beat the Vileplume. Quagsire could beat this Electrode. Quagsire could beat the Lantern. The problem is I wouldn't have anything to beat this Hariyama. This Rock Slide Hariyama destroys Scyther, destroys Glalie. Maybe Quagsire could beat it, or maybe I catch it. Scyther beats this Surfing Ludicolo. This Charizard, Quagsire could not hit it. Glalie would die to Flamethrower. Scyther would die to Flamethrower. So maybe Hariyama beats that. Glalie or Quagsire could beat the Golem. And then... what could beat this Flamethrower Gyarados? The Hariyama could. The problem then comes into... yeah, Quagsire is ground type. That resists Rock Slide for sure. Exploud? I'm iffy on, because Hariyama does not beat this Exploud. Scyther does not beat this Exploud. I doubt Glalie would beat the Exploud. Maybe Quagsire could beat the Exploud because of Earthquake. I don't know which would be faster. This Exploud is what I lost on last game. I kind of randomly went through here, caught stuff, and was able to beat everything but this Exploud. So that's kind of what I'm most worried about. So I was trying to find a dude who could beat this Exploud. I don't think there's very many on this board who can. I think this Golem is like kind of the for sure shot to do it. So I was kind of going to base my team around I get this Golem and then what else do I get sort of thing. What I'm feeling is get this Vileplume and then make my way down like diagonally to get the Golem. Have Golem take out this bottom left corner. Probably catch this Hariyama on the way to beat the Glalie, maybe the Charizard. That's kind of how I'm feeling. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, just because like I don't want to lose to this Exploud again. And I think I got to start with Vileplume, because if I want the Vileplume to beat the Quagsire and the Lantern, like I have to start in this left corner. So I'm gonna give it a go. Thank you, sir. See you later. The problem with my plan is, so I learned like what hard mode is in this game of Battle Bingo, where it's like, I think it's the same Battle Bingo boards, but you have to, basically you can't backtrack. You always have to choose a panel that's adjacent to the one you just did. So you basically have to like either just go back and forth, snake back and forth, or like spiral out or in. You basically can't cut through the middle. You cannot partition the board, because then you have to go one way or the other and you cut yourself off. So what I'm doing right now, where I'm kind of going down from the top left down to the bottom to get that golem, like, you can't really do that. Unless I were to, like, go this way and then up and over and back and around and all that. So, okay. To execute my plan, this is like a Master Ball, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to go ahead and spend a point to get it. Great. Now I'm going to spend our last point to get this, but this is going to give us 2 points. So, we need a point on Scyther to go down to beat that Ludicolo, so we're going to give it that. And then, otherwise, I'm going to go down and catch the Golem. I'm going to use Golem to beat, like, the whole bottom left of the board if I can. I'm trying to think if I use Vileplume for anything else. I use it for the Quagsire. But that might be it? Although, what do I use Scyther on? I could use Scyther for the same Quagsire, honestly. I'm gonna just put it on Vileplume to have options, I suppose. Yep. Okay, let's head down and beat this Ludicolo. Critical hit, okay. I think what would normally happen there is probably my Aerial Ace doesn't kill, it uses Surf, that doesn't kill, and then my next Aerial Ace does kill. Okay, I'm going to use the Vileplume to catch this Golem. Rock Slide. Okay. So now we come here. We enter... Let me think about this. So I spend 1. I get 2. Yeah, let's just do it. Boom. Invest it all into Golem. Great. Now we fight this Explode. Because I just want to, like, confirm that this will work. I'm pretty sure it will, because I resist the Hyper Voice. That's basically what I'm banking on here. Critical hit. Okay, that was a critical hit. We're good. If I can hit. Okay, that's like the equivalent of him hitting me 3 times with Hyper Voice. Okay, I've hit him once with Rock Slide. Okay, I gotta hit him 2 more times. I think we're good. Yeah, and he's gotta hit me like 3 more times. This is a fast Explode. Like, this Explode might be worth, like, catching in a different route, just because I think it could beat most things. Gosh, I hope this Golem does not screw me on other encounters with the missing Rock Slide. Dude! Hit the Rock Slide. Holy moly. Dude, I wonder what percentage of Golem Explode encounters there Explode comes up on top in. I'm guessing not very many. But gosh, that felt terrible. Okay, this Raichu literally cannot beat me. I'm faster than the Skekleon with Golem? That's kind of crazy. All right, amazing. Okay, I'm super effective on him. I resist his move. He intimidates me, though. Okay, good. I was thinking, surely Golem's special defense isn't terrible enough to, like, just get completely destroyed. Amazing. Now we can use this, beat this Charizard. Okay, this flamethrower is going to do more than the Gyarados flamethrower. Oh yeah, by quite a bit. Okay, at this point... Sure, let's invest into the Scyther. We'll beat this. We'll beat the Quagsire. Okay, so here's the problem. I don't think we have anything that can beat the Glalie. Or maybe even Hariyama, because Hariyama... Like, maybe Vileplume would beat Hariyama, but Hariyama's Rock Slide would destroy Scyther. And then Golem, it would be just a battle of attrition. We both resist each other's Rock Slide. Maybe I'd come out on top because I have the Stab Rock Slide. But there's enough Rock Slides going back and forth that a couple misses could swing one way or another. It sounds inconsistent to me. Otherwise, we need Golem to beat the Electrode up there. Yeah, I mean, we might just have to catch the Hariyama just to beat the Glalie. As sad as it is to say. Because that's the other thing. All my dudes are weak to that Glalie. Yeah, I don't think we can get out of this without catching a fourth thing. Because we need the Hariyama to beat the Glalie. Like, we either have to catch the Glalie or we have to catch the Hariyama. If we catch the Hariyama, we can use the Hariyama to beat the Glalie. If we beat the Glalie's not really good for anything, and then we'd have to, like, hope that Golem or Vileplume could beat Hariyama. So, anyhow, I'm going to invest this EP into Golem. And we're going to come here, and we're going to catch the Hariyama. Just because I'm curious, I'm going to use Rock Slide. Because I just want to see how this goes. Okay, Hariyama's faster. He uses Rock Slide. It does not much. I use Rock Slide. It does a little more. So I think this would be a winning proposition for Golem. I'm going to just use Rock Slide a few more times just to see. Oh, but you see, like, a few crits over there, a few misses the other way. It could really go either way. Even with his crit, I'm still ahead. Oh, there's a miss in my favor. So yeah, I could do this and then just, like, use the Master Ball on Glalie. But I don't really see the point. Let's just catch the Hariyama. We don't have any hope to beat the Glalie. Last time I actually caught the Glalie, and then, like, yeah, it wasn't really useful for much. And the only reason I caught it is because I was using Lantern against it, because I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll resist whatever ice, and it was actually turning out well. But then it froze me with the Ice Beam. Okay. We have Thick Fat, surely. Oh, I actually cannot check my ability. That's kind of crazy. It probably says my ability on the bingo screen, actually. And that's a win. A 1,000 coupons. We got an elixir. Cool. Let me save. Okay, do we have hard mode? Oh, if you choose to play a card that has already been cleared, the positions of the 16 panels will be shuffled. As a result, you can always enjoy. Oh. So maybe I am incorrect in the hard mode? Oh, there's an extra. Extra. Psychic card. Houndoom's Chance for Glory? This is a 2,000 coupon card. Sure. I did not know this card was here. Okay. Let's see. If this was Gen 4, I would expect all these psychic types to have, like, Focus Blast or some crap. Hold on. Houndoom's got Crunch. Okay. Let's go. Giraffe-a-rig. Okay, what do you got? I would think Crunch could just destroy, right? Yeah, I didn't even get to see what it had. Probably had Thunderbolt based off of that. Oh wow, there's a whole type chart in here. That's fun. Pokemon info. Okay. Cool. Well, let's check another one. I mean, we gotta catch one, right? Claydol. I mean, I'm guessing that Claydol had Earthquake, so, like, it would probably just destroy me. Yes, it does. Okay. Plus Master Ball. Lunatone. This guy's probably got Rock Slide. But, like, Houndoom probably beats it anyways, right? Gosh, I'm glad I didn't send in Claydol against this Lunatone. Oh, it lived. I wonder if that's it within its role. Surely I live this Rock Slide. It's just a Lunatone. Okay, I don't. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. So the thing with it, like, mixing up all the panels, like, for these early ones, it doesn't matter that much, because, like, all the same panel types are basically equivalent to each other. It's, like, slightly different Pokemon that are all using the same moves, basically. As you get down here, like, the Scyther one, like, you know, the panels mean very little. It's like, okay, the Fighting-type panel, you know that that's Hariyama with Rock Slide. But then it's like, oh, the Water-type panels, that Ludicolo and that, Lantern, you know they're both going to use... Well, no, like... The water... The water's... One's a Gyarados, one's Lantern. One uses Surf, one uses Flamethrower. They're just entirely different from each other. Okay, so this Claydol might be good, but if we come across any, you know, flyers or levitators, it's obviously not going to be able to do much. It could beat Girafarig pretty easy because it's immune to its Thunderbolt. This Lunatone is rough. We know that this is plus 2 EP right here. I'm gonna check what this Psychic is. Grumpig. What is this Grumpig gonna do to me? Because Crunch probably doesn't quite kill. Psychic, okay. Playing it straight. We need something that can beat that Lunatone, unless we want to catch the Lunatone. Okay, let's see what this one is. Solrock. This probably has the same problem. Where it's just gonna, like, Rock Slide kill me. Nope. I either got the better roll than I did on Lunatone, or maybe Solrock's special defense is just not quite as good as Lunatone's. Alright. Chimico. Okay. That's a Levitator, so it would win against Claydol. Oh, it survived one crunch. What's it gonna do to me? Shadow Ball. Interesting. Shadow Ball's good against other psychic types, but you definitely can't beat Girafarig with that. Chimico's just, like, not very good stats either. Like, you could probably beat Grumpig with it. You probably could not. You could beat Claydol with it. You could not beat Girafarig with it. You probably could not beat Lunatone with it. So I'll rock out a fire move. Alright, so I need to beat... I have to catch something now. So, I know that Girafarig is here. I know that Lunatone is here. And I know that Claydol is here. I might catch the Lunatone just to see what it can do for me. Alright, let's see what this is. Slowking, okay. This guy's surely gonna just have a water move and kill me. I'm just gonna catch it. No, it has Brick Break. Okay, so that was premature. Okay, let's see what this is. Actually, no. Let's see what this is. Metagross. That's really good. Let's see what Metagross has. Just a plain old Psychic. We might come out on top. It's kind of looking like no. Psychic eventually will probably lower my special defense as well. Gosh, it's like one of the few Psychic types that isn't going to be, like, resisting this Brick Break. Yeah, this Slowking was a bad catch. I'm basically fishing for a crit, is what's happening right now. Nope, it crit me. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Houndoom could have beat him. Okay, this is Girafarig. We know what we're in for here. Houndoom can beat it just fine. Okay, this is Claydol. Lunatone beats Claydol because Levitate. Assuming that it's going to use Earthquake. I don't actually recall. I'm pretty sure that is what it uses. Yep. This is going to take absolute ages, but we will get it done. This is a case where it's like, we know the outcome of this. Could we speed up the fight a little? The animations in this game are slow. Battle, like, you know, these streams will go like 3 hours and I'll clear out like one dungeon, which was like a handful of fights. And it's like, is it going slow because the animations are slow? Is it going slow because I'm just like a slow player and my play style is meticulous? It's probably both. Okay, let's go up here. Jinx. Okay. So I'm guessing it's going to use ice on me, which is maybe fine. Yeah. Like, Metagross could maybe even handle this. Apparently in Gen 1, fire did not resist ice. Ice was just a little bit better than it is now. That and Blizzard being 90% accurate. The scary thing with Ice Beam is just the potential for a freeze. Jinx just pops out of existence. Alrighty. What do we got over here? Metacham. We are screwed. Because Metacham's probably faster. Well, we're faster, but it's probably just going to use high jump, kick, and kill. And our crunch, you know, is decent, but it's not super effective. Miss, 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 miss. Yes, sir. On to the next one. My strategy worked, and I got really close to only needing 3 Pokemon, but I ended up having to catch the Hariyama to beat Gale. It's kind of how that other one went. I'm kind of curious if your strategy would have been any good, though. We're on the special Psychic card, where you start with a Houndoom. Surely Houndoom could just beat all these Psychic types, except no, because your Crunch barely doesn't kill them, and then they, like, hit you back with, like, Earthquake, or Brick Break, or, you know, what have you, Rock Slide, and just one-shot you. And in this case, a Metachan with High Jump Kick. Fun stuff. And I kind of have a terrible team here, as I'm just kind of scouting. It is pretty much the Sudowoodo again, exactly. And I was thinking about... I was reading the rules again, and apparently if you play a card that you've already played before, then it actually shuffles all the tiles, all the panels. So this Houndoom card and like that Sudowoodo card are just hell because you can't tell which panel's which. Anyhow, let's Psychic this Medicham. High jump kick should do... Yeah, we got high defense. We can take it. Otherwise, I'm not sure what's best to beat this Medicham. I haven't seen any flying moves. Chimiko could beat it with Shadow Ball. And resist the high jump kick. Although, I don't know, Chimiko's defense is kind of bad. Okay, we'll get Houndoom. And we'll get Metagross. Alright. Let's just go for it. Executor. We're probably fine here. Because it probably has a grass move or a psychic move, right? And heck, Crunch might just kill it. Yeah. We're good. You had a grass move of some kind. Okay. Great. So Houndoom really is good against a lot of these guys. Just not all of them. He's good against the whole top row. He's good against Girafarig. He's good against Solrock. Good against him. Basically, so he's good against the whole top half. Good against these guys, but he loses to Claydol and he loses to Lunatone. For sure. Let's see what we got here. Slowbro. This guy's probably got Surf or some crap. Yep. Oh, we lived that. I feel like we weren't supposed to live that. I'm glad that we lived that because I have no idea how we would beat the Slowbro with what we have otherwise. Slowking, no way. Metagross, no, because we take neutral hits from Surf and he resists Psychic. Lunatone is weak to Surf, he would just die. So, really glad that Houndoom could live one Surf. Okay, let's see what this is. Xatu, maybe... Maybe he's got a flying move. So Xatu would beat Medicham if that's the case. Yeah, I wonder if the Surf was a low roll. I'm guessing maybe it was. Okay, Houndoom just destroys the Xatu. So Houndoom really is good against most of the board. Okay, sweet. And that gives us 2,000? 2,400, that's like huge. Max Elixir. That's not all. You've cleared all 10 cards from Nervous to Extra. And we got the new game, the one panel mode. Much more difficult to choose panels for flipping. Alright, I kind of want to give it a try. What is one panel mode? In standard mode, you can flip over any panel that's next to any flipped over panel. In one panel mode, you may only move to a panel next to the last panel that's been flipped over. It's game over, you can't move. In this mode, you earn more coupons. Okay. How much more coupons? Okay, so say I do Dragonair. And then say I choose it, and I say yes. Okay, it does shuffle it. So for the panels that have kind of ambiguous ambiguous panels where like they're very different from each other even though they look the same, that could be bad. Okay, let's do one panel mode. Okay, so that's the other thing. The fact that all the panels are shuffled makes this kind of crazy, kind of a little bit crazy hard, because you basically can't plan a route ahead of time. Like whenever I was making a mistake before, and it was like, oh man, if only I knew exactly what these Pokemon were, and then you scout it out, and then you figure it out. Now it's just shuffled. So, okay, we're doing one panel mode, so I have to, like, kind of plan out a route that makes sense. We want to get these white panels pretty early. Let's think of the possibilities of what we can even do. So, like, in terms of routing one panel rules, if you like start in this corner, let's say, you would have to say you start going this way, you would then have to loop back around, and like that would be one possible route like that. Or you could go, you would not want to do this, although, well, no, because that would be a dead end anyways. Let's see, you could go like this, technically, spiral all the way around. I feel like that would be so problematic, because if you, so you get a line, boom, and then you get one more line, boom, and then you get one more line, boom, and then you get one more line, just getting two more. And then you start doing the center ones. And the center ones are where you actually start getting big lines, because you get the diagonals, you start getting up and downs, you start getting like, you would just start getting loads of lines. And you need the lines early. Yeah, I'm thinking you got to start in the middle, and then say you start on this grass, you could like go like this and spiral outward. Kind of the problem with that is like you go like this. You've spent 4 and you still haven't got any lines. You go one more. You still don't have any lines. You start going this way, you still have no lines. And then finally you're like, oh, I have a line here. Boom, another line. Boom, another line. Boom, 2 more lines. A line, and then like 3 lines. If you were to start here and start going this way, gosh. And I'm not even looking at the like types on the panels yet even. I feel like in this mode you probably have to use all 3 of your Master Balls, meaning you want to get your third Master Ball, you know, not at the end of the game. So maybe we like start with this water and start going left. pick up all these panels. And this is like the easy Dragonair board. So you can just like throw all your extra points into Dragonair. Dragonair beats everything on this board, right? So that's probably the play. And then just as you need to Master Ball things, you do it. Yeah, so let's go to this water type. Poliwag. Great. We're just going to give it a try. Okay, let's Master Ball the Poliwag. Fantastic. Now, we use the Poliwag ZP to get this. Okay, we invest that into Dragonair. Yes. Now we go to this water. We use Dragonair and beat it. Boom. Now we spend Poliwag ZP to get this. Boom gives us a line, which we invest into Dragonair. Then we do this, get this. Invest both those into Dragonair. Great. Now we have to make a choice. Do we start going back across again, or do we go down? It probably doesn't matter. I think literally we just, like, invest all of our line EP into Dragonair and just catch Pokemon as we run out, and we would probably be fine. As long as we don't, like, only have EP on one of those other Pokemon and then have to fight something we're disadvantaged against. So if we were to go down, say we go straight down, we would complete a line in 2 more EP uses. We would gain 1. So then we would start going across to the right again, and we were not going to be able to complete that line. We're going to have to catch something. Let's see. Versus if I start going to the right, right 3, down 2. If I go right 3, then I have to spend all 3 of my EP to make a line to get +1. And then I can go down 1. So yeah, I have to catch something either way. The question is, what do I catch? There's 4 grasses, 4 fires, and 3 waters left. I mean, I probably catch a grass, right? Probably what I do is I go down, I catch this grass, I go down again, I beat that fire, I go right 1, I use the grass to beat the water, And then, let me think here. Then I only have 1 EP on Dragonair. I probably have to catch one of the fire. Another route is I go this way, I catch this grass. I use the grass to beat the next water over here. Use Dragonair to beat this fire. I'm trying to think if it's even possible. Like, I think you have to spend all of your Master Balls to beat one panel mode, regardless of anything else, just in terms of EP usage. I'm going to take a step back. I have 3 EP right now. If I start going down from the EP2 spot, from here, if I go here, I spend 2, I get 1, so then I'm up to 2. I start going to the right. I have to catch one of those because I can't complete another line. So I'm on that, like, bottom fire, almost all the way to the right. I catch it, so now I have 2 EP. You spend 1 of those to then get 1, so now you have 2 again. You start going up, you make 1 more line, so you spend 2, get 1. Now you only have 1 EP, and you have the 4 panels in the middle you still have to unlock. And there's nowhere where you can spend 1 EP to get a line anywhere. So that's that. If we go this way and start snaking back and forth. Right now you spend 3 to make a line. You have 1. 1 EP can't get you anything, so you have to spend the 1 EP to catch to get 2. You spend 1 to go down to 1. You make a line. That brings you up to 2. Yeah, and then you can start, and then you're in the middle. Well, you can go over to 1 and then up. Yeah, that's probably right. So when you say start snaking and then go down, that is probably the correct play. So let's do that and then decide what we need to catch when. So if we go on that route, we catch this grass type maybe, we use it to beat the water type. Then we use Dragonair to beat the fire. Then we have another grass, another fire, another fire. We can't really use our grass to beat any of that. Maybe we defeat this grass and we catch another water. And then we use that water to beat 2 of those fires. So if I were to map that out in my head, we use this Dragonair to beat this grass. We're down to 2 on Dragonair. We use the Dragonair to catch this water. We're down to 1 on Dragonair, 2 on the water. We use the water to beat that fire. We're down to 1 on the water. We get an EP from the line. We invest it in Dragonair. The Dragonair has 2. We use Dragonair to beat that grass. Dragonair's down to 1. Our water's on 1. We use our water to beat the fire. The water's down to 1. The Dragonair's at 1, but we get a line. So we're able to invest it into Dragonair. We go left 1 to do the fire. we beat it with Dragonair. Dragonair's down to 1. We go up. We hit that water. That gets us a line. It actually gets us 2 lines. It gets us the diagonal line and then the vertical line. We invest those both into Dragonair. Dragonair gets 2 more. And then, yeah, from there, we're great. So I think that's what we end up doing. So use Dragonair, beat this grass. Critical hit Giga Drain? I don't like that. Critical hit Outrage, I do like that. Okay, now we catch this water. Boom. Now we use the Mudkip to beat this fire. Eeyaw. Always invest in a Dragonair, because this is an easy board. Fantastic. Now we use Mudkip to beat this. These dang fire types and their high speed. Boom, that gives us a line. We always invest into Dragonair. I think I do vaguely remember this mode as a kid. And I think I noped out of it very quickly. I was like, nope. The fact that, like, all the panels shuffled, and so I, like, couldn't look up answers online anymore. And then it's like, oh, and now you're limited on, like, what routing you can do on this mode. It just felt like, oh, it's impossible. I give up. I do think that the pattern I'm doing is the only way I could fathom to finish with an extra Master Ball. I guess we're speed tied. Giga Drain twice in a row. It is kind of crazy how there is a lot of Gen 3 Pokemon, like, models in this game that are programmed in, because you can trade them in, and they show up in Battle Bingo and stuff. But, like, they don't show up in the story, and, like, I don't think they were reused in, like, Gen 4 Battle Revolution or anything, so I guess they're kind of unique in that way. All the Gen 1 and 2 models are from Stadium 1 and 2, so they're reused. But I think the Gen 3 ones are brand new. And I mean, they were brand new in Coliseum and then reused in XD, of course, but I mean, there's so many overlapping areas. I just consider it to be like, I don't know. XD is like, I don't know what you would call it. Like, I mean, it is a sequel to Coliseum, for sure. But, like, the fact that it's using the same map and everything, it almost seems like, in a way, it's like an expansion. It's funny to say that, because it is a bigger game than Coliseum was. I mean, it's like the Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom situation all over again. Am I right? Am I right? Haha. Or it's a sequel game that reuses a lot from the original. Cyndaquil, he's just a squishy little guy. Oh man, imagine if the water type that I caught up above like was this Remoraid. I don't know if this Remoraid could beat the fire types. I mean, it probably could. It surely has like Surf or whatever, but you know, it died in one outrage, so you know, if it went against Charmander and Charmander was faster than it, it got like a critical hit on its flamethrower, maybe Remoraid would just die. Who knows? I've completed the Dragonair card. 10 bingo lines. 495 coupons. Okay. So I want to see if we get like an extra star on our card for that. Yes, we do. Because we're a master. Okay, I've been streaming for an hour, 20 minutes. It's like 10:30. I should probably go to bed. Next time I stream, I'm probably not going to stream tomorrow because I've got like stuff in the evening. If I will, it'll be a short one. And next time I do end up streaming, it'll be... Maybe it'll either be more Battle Bingo or I'll be progressing the story, depending on whatever I'm feeling in the mood for. Yeah, we got a good number of Poke Coupons. We could afford 2 4,000 pointer TMs at this point. And if we just get a little more, we could even afford, like, for example, Flamethrower and Shadow Ball for Flareon. Pretty exciting stuff. So, I'm going to save one more time. And I will see you guys later.